Enough with that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to KDK's Lunatic Fringe. It is me, KDK, and before I go any farther, I'm checking my microphone levels because everyone was complaining last week that I was the quietest thing. And, I just moved the microphone a little too close. Is that good? Looks good to me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to KDK's Lunatic Fringe. As you can hear, I'm in a good mood. Again, just rushed in the door 15 minutes ago after speeding home from work. But what's important is that I'm here now, ready to make some prank calls. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay on because I started Skyrim over again with a new character a couple days ago, and it's exciting again. You know, once I play the game legitimately, then I like to go back and pick and choose some mods that I can use to make the game more fun for me, like giving me unlimited carry capacity and making it so that any vendor will buy any item, even if it's stolen, stuff like that. And, can't forget the Naked People mod. That's always fun. Yeah, so I'm back into that. I know I'm addicted to the game. I probably put like 400 hours into it. Well, probably not that bad, but probably not very far from it. So, I'm here to do as I do every Saturday unless I have something better to do, which is make prank calls to people all over the US and lots of times in the UK, Wales, Scotland. I think we've even called Australia. I would like to call people in the Middle East someday. That would probably be expensive. Who knows? So if you have numbers for people that you would that you would like me to call tonight, you can hit me up on the AIM as KDK Pranks, KDK PRANKS on AIM, or you can join my chat room at kdkprankcalls.com and click on the link for the chat room. You'll be happy to hear that I've been working on an update for the site, and I don't want to just update it with like one little thing, like one new show or something. So I have a couple of shows that I'm going to be putting up, a couple of new isolated prank calls that I'm going to be putting up, and maybe, if I can get it done in time for this week, a brand new collection of prank calls. I can't call it a CD anymore because nobody buys CDs anymore. So let's call it, what do you call it, like a collection of MP3s? Hang on, I gotta belch. Tonight's program is brought to us by Amp Energy, sugar-free. Of course, because I have to watch my boyish figure. What do you call, back in the old days, when somebody would put out a collection of songs on vinyl, it was called an album. And then when it was out on CD, they would call it a disc or a CD. What do you call it when somebody releases like a batch of stuff in a specific like track order with a track listing as like MP3s? What do you call that? An MP3 CD? I don't know. I call it MP free because I'm going to post everything for free because I'm not a schnurra. You can come download anything for free, burn it, whatever you want to do. So everybody get your names, numbers, and ideas coming in. Look forward to updates to kdkprankcalls.com later this week, probably Monday or Tuesday, knowing that those are my days off, and I'll be able to put the finishing touches on everything that I was working on. I'm talking like new stuff, like new soundboards, new pictures, new prank calls, new shows, lots of new stuff. And I've been trying to work on a redesign for the site, but because the site is so old and dated. The site was built way back in like 2004 or 5, so it looks so dated. But you know what? I think maybe that's part of the charm of the site, that it looks like something from a bygone era, sort of like prank calls are. You know, prank calls aren't that easy to do anymore because everyone has caller ID and call tracing and all that shit. So prank calling is almost like red boxing. It's like a dying art form, which is why maybe it's more appropriate that my site looks like something that's dying. But I'll resurrect it. I need to rededicate myself to the site so that we can, get the numbers back up there, get the traffic back up there. Meow. Meow. What's your gripe? See, this always happens like every episode now. Like once I start talking. Because normally I come in and I'll sit for a minute and I'll pet the cats. And I can't really do that when I have to rush to do like a sound check and open up all the folders and shit that I need to do the program, and I've only got 15 minutes to do it.
Hello.
Hello, Cecil. How are you doing, dear?
I'm fine. Who is this?
My name is Jill Rosenthal, and I'm a friend of Betty's from right here in Rapid City. How are you doing, love?
Joe Rosenthal. Do you know who he is?
Right.
Betty said she doesn't know anybody by that name.
Of course she does. Maybe she doesn't want to say so because of the conversation we had yesterday.
Said he had a conversation with you yesterday.
No, not he. I'm a she. I just have throat cancer, so I sound very
Oh,
masculine.
you're a she. Huh?
Right.
Oh, do you want to talk to her?
Yes, I do.
Hello?
Betty, you are so right about Cecil. He sounds very abusive.
Oh,
This is Jill. We were speaking in the supermarket. You were telling me about how Cecil beats you. Can we
no.
talk? Is there a way you can get away from him where he won't hear you exposing his beating ways?
No, he doesn't. I don't know what... I have no idea who
Oh, I
talking-
understand. He's right there looking at you, telling you if
Yeah,
you
and I
say
don't-
anything,
I
he's gonna
don't-
beat you again.
No.
I saw you in the supermarket and you had a black eye and a fat lip.
Oh,
and
that's not me. I don't have any.
I
I think you've got the wrong number.
No,
I really do.
this is Betty's.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't at the grocery store yesterday.
I understand. Maybe we can communicate silently.
I'm...
Just say, just burp once for yes and twice for no.
Listen, I really don't want to talk to you because I was not in the grocery store and I didn't talk to... I'm sure I didn't talk to you. I
I'm
don't know
getting
who it
concerned
was.
now because now it
No.
sounds like Cecil has been beating you and he's
No.
standing there threatening to
Kevin.
hurt you again.
No, heavens, no.
Betty, we need
He
to get you
doesn't.
out of there. We need to call
No.
Women's Protective Services or
I
something.
don't... No.
You don't need to put
I'm
up
not
with
going
being
to talk to
beaten.
you. Bye.
You don't need to put up with being beaten.
Hello?
Hello, Ruth. How are you doing, dear? This is Mrs. Rosenthal from Abington, Mass. You remember we met quite a while ago at the supermarket, and we got to talking because I asked you about the bruises on your face, and you said sometimes my husband Richard beats on me.
I don't think so. Goodbye.
Let's not use a premise. Let's see if I can get something just from the answer that I can use. Or maybe I need to use a less off-putting voice than Joe. Last break was too short. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Milton. Is that you then?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I call you Uncle Milty?
Well, I don't. If I knew who this was.
I know you're not my uncle, but I like to harken back to Milton Berle. That's who you were always reminded me of. Uncle
Yeah.
Milty.
Okay, then you can call me Uncle Milty.
Uncle Milty, is it true what they say that you have an enormous horse penis?
No, it isn't.
Oh, more donkey-like?
What?
More like a donkey or maybe a gazelle?
Like none of them. Who in the hell is this?
This is Ed Rosenthal calling for Uncle Milty
No, I don't
in
think
Columbus, Ohio.
I don't think you had the right one. Who is calling?
I told you already, this is Ed.
Who?
Ed!
Ed who?
Ed Rosenthal?
I don't know any Rosenthal.
Are you saying that because I'm a Jew?
I didn't even know you were Jewish. I'm not against Jewish. I'm not against anything except late phone calls that sound crazy.
Well, I'm old and perhaps a bit senile, but I remember you, Milton. I could even tell you your middle name.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm going to hang up on you, Ed, because I don't know your...
Is there something wrong with your senility? being that you don't remember me, your old friend Ed Rosenthal. For God's sakes, we were in the military together.
What branch?
Oh, I'm 87 years old. I can hardly remember what I had for lunch, dear.
Where do you live?
I live in... My kids put me in an old folks' home here. They told me that I could no longer care for myself on my own. Bastards.
Well, I don't remember you a bit, Ed.
You remember the time we blew up that village?
No.
Body parts went everywhere. You know those silly woks they wear on their head? They were spinning through the air like deadly frisbees.
No, Are
you a Vietnam War vet?
No, I'm not.
Or maybe I have the wrong person. You're a World War II vet.
I'm not going to get into that, Ed.
I know you don't want to talk about the things that you did back then, but we did those on behalf of our country.
Uh-huh.
We're not proud, but we did what we were told to do.
Well, that's what you have to do if you're in the military.
If you're a good soldier, you don't ask questions. You just do what they tell you.
Yeah. Well, Ed...
after we blew up that village, I went through and I gathered a necklace of ears that I wore around my neck until I came back to the States. And once they saw that, they locked me up in the mental hospital.
Ed...
You get so twisted over there, and you're so separated from fantasy and reality, you don't realize that that's the wrong thing to do.
Ed...
Right?
I'm getting ready for bed.
You're angry about your dishonorable discharge when they found you in the latrine with that other soldier.
Yep.
Right. You were giving him oral favors.
Nope.
Oh, he was giving you oral favors.
Nope.
Oh, so it was anal.
Must have been somebody else.
Fisting?
I don't know who it was.
Reaming. Oh, rimming, I mean.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not gonna talk any longer, Ed.
Okay, well, wipe off your chocolate mustache.
Well...
And talk to me right. I'm worried about your mentality if you don't remember the things we went through together. How could you forget? I understand you want to forget.
I'm not in a rest home.
No, I am.
I know, so... Who's got the problem?
Well, as you can hear, I'm pretty damn coherent, aren't I? My grandkids just had me committed because they wanted to steal all my property and savings.
Uh-huh. Well, I don't have any property and I don't have any savings, so...
So you're lucky in that way, otherwise your kids would have you locked up right next door to me, probably. We both live here in Columbus.
Hey, Ed.
Yes?
I'm gonna hang up, because... this is getting mixed up.
Let's reenact that scene in the latrine when they walked in on you. Next person on my list. Oh, we're moving into the Asian people now. We have Simon and she.
Hello?
Hey, Simon?
Hello?
Simon?
Yes.
How you doing, dear?
Yeah, good.
This is me, Morris.
Huh?
Morris. You remember?
Moise?
Right. I was down at the massage parlor and you gave me the most amazing rub down.
No, I never that way.
With a happy ending and all.
I think you got wrong number.
No, Simon.
Simon with me, yes.
So I have the right person. You gave me the most amazing rub and tug. And the topper was how you used the outcome as an exfoliant. That was very impressive.
What is it?
I would like to make another appointment.
Make an appointment.
Right.
With who?
Simon.
I don't know.
This is Morris.
Morris.
Or as you say in the States, Maurice.
Maurice.
Right.
Who is Maurice?
Maurice is the guy you gave the most awesome rub down to, rub and tug, with happy ending, and then you smeared the jizz all over your face like it was some kind of exfoliant. It was so hot, I can't wait to do it again. I'll pay double what I did last time.
I never do that since. I don't know.
You retired?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Where can I go now to get the same kind of treatment?
I never treat anybody.
That's what they call the ancient Chinese secret. It's right up there with the basket trick.
I think you got wrong number. Sorry.
Do you know the basket trick?
No, I don't know.
That's where I hang in a basket, and you spin me around and around and around while your penis is inside me.
I think you got wrong number.
No, Simon, I recognize your voice. Don't you recognize mine? I tipped you very handsomely. I gave you $50. Is she there?
Hey, çok iyi kwajat.
Simon, can you put she on? She. I want she to rub my egg roll. You know Duong? They hung up on me. I'm surprised they lasted that long. Apparently he didn't know the basket trick. Okay, next on my list is Nga Duong. NGA, however you pronounce that. I'm gonna avoid saying the first name because I know I'm not gonna get it right. So I'll just ask for, I don't even know if that's a male or female name. Nga. Unga!
Hello?
Nga Duong!
Huh?
Unga Duong!
What?
Unga Duong! You know, give me hard time. I speak Unga now. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, dear. Next person on my list is New Mikhail. I'm going to make a joke of pronouncing his name in a Yiddish way. In a Yiddish way. Maybe he is an old Asian Jew. Who knows? Anyone can be Jewish.
Hello?
Hello, I need to speak to Mikhail.
Yeah. Hello?
Mikhail!
Hello?
Mikhail!
Masai?
L'chaim!
Hello? Yeah.
Wonderful to speak to you.
Who are you?
My name is Long.
So what's up?
I'm called from overseas.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Hawaii.
Okay. Okay, what's up?
Lubakashi.
Hello?
Hello,
Yes.
Mikhail.
Mahang?
L'chaim.
The Hayam.
My Chinese Jewish brother, how are you doing, dear?
Okay.
Wonderful. How is Lent treating you? What did you give up for the holiday?
Well, nothing special.
Well, you're supposed to give up your favorite thing, so I'm guessing that would be masturbation.
Well, I don't know.
I know what you mean. You're never giving that up. What about the online gay porn? You give that up for Lent?
I don't know. What's that?
You're not giving that up either. Well, what do you like to do the most?
Doing nothing.
Well, you can't give up nothing. You've got to give up something you like.
So what's up anyway?
Well, I'm just sitting here and I was rubbing one out and I was thinking of Nu and Mikhail. That's how I like to say it. Because I'm an old Jew myself. I know you're not a Jew. You're, what are you, a Buddhist?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, can you answer me a question? Let's say I called up a telephone number and I had an innocuous random conversation with someone. Is that bad karma? Hello?
Yeah.
Did you hear the question?
No.
Okay, let's say I saw a phone number and I dialed it and I didn't really know the person and I spoke to them as though I knew them and we had an innocuous conversation. Nothing harassing, nothing offensive. Is that bad karma? Or is that good karma? Because I'm making someone else happy, someone lonely happy that they have someone to speak to.
Now this is the middle of the night, so I don't quite understand what you're talking about. So my thought is to give it up and then bye bye.
Oh, you're bisexual. Okay, that's it. Okay, the next person on my list is Wendy and Huyang Duong. Wendy and Huyang. I was kind of curious to hear what his answer would be as a Buddhist. Am I going to hell for harassing people? Well, I'm not really harassing people. It's only one call. Most times.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing? Is this Luyan?
Okay.
Is Wendy there, please?
No, Wendy is not here.
Where did she go? She said call her around this time.
No, she's not here. She got her own house. I don't know her number.
Well, she's your ex-wife, right?
Huh?
She is your ex-wife, right?
No.
Former concubine?
No, she's not here. Don't waste your time calling this number, okay?
Huyen?
Huh?
Huyen? Mr. Duong.
Okay. Mr. She's deaf. She cannot hear you. You talk to me, and then when I meet her, I tell her, okay?
No, I talk to you, okay?
Yeah, talk to me, and then when I see Wen, I will tell her, okay?
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, a message?
Yes.
Okay.
Next time, tell her I loved it when she did that basket trick. When she hung from the ceiling with her genitalia exposed through the hole in the bottom, and she sat on my rather ample penis, and I spun her around and around like a pinwheel on it. It drove her crazy. She squirted about the room like a sprinkler. All the walls were wet and stained. We had to forfeit the security deposit for the room there.
In her house?
Right. Because the liquid that sprat forth was so stinky. The whole house stunk like a fish hatchery. So we had to forfeit the deposit. But that was okay.
Her house.
Right.
Okay, but I think you are wrong because I've been to her house. There's no fish factory at all.
No, this was yesterday.
Yesterday.
So you haven't been there yet.
No.
Next time you go, you'll
I
notice
never
the
been to
fishy
any
smell.
house with fish around. No, never.
I think she has some
And,
kind
so-
of infection.
So was when? She never been to such a house.
There was some white cottage cheesy stuff in whatever squirted out as well, and that dripped down the wall like sour cream. So I think there's perhaps some kind of yeast infection or something going on. That would explain the smell.
On the wall.
Right,
And it
all over
smells
every
fish
wall.
too.
Because she was spinning round and round in circles, and it got
No,
over me.
I believe you mixed up with some other's house, not hers.
Well, you can.
I've been to her house, and I never see any fish around.
Well, you've not been there since. No, I don't say fish. I say fishy smell. You know, odor.
Oh, fish smell, just the smell of fish.
The odor of fish from her vagina is overwhelming. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Smell from vagina, you mean? That's terrible.
Well, I know. That's why I'm telling you.
Uh-huh.
She clearly has some kind of medical problem that needs to be looked at.
Okay. You mean, I don't know. You mean Wendy?
Wendy Duong.
Wendy Dong. Okay. You been to her house?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Right.
What for?
For sexual relations, dear, of course.
Sexual relation with Wendy?
Right, we were doing the basket trick. She had a basket hung from the ceiling with a hole cut out of the bottom, so that I could lay on the bed, and she sits in the basket, and I penetrate her through the hole in the basket. And then I slap the basket and spin it around and around like someone on a swing or something. And she was so aroused that she began to squirt.
Let me ask you, you had sexual
Fishy
relation with
foam
her
everywhere.
yesterday?
What?
You had sexual relation with her yesterday?
Yes.
Incredible.
Yesterday afternoon. You're right.
Yesterday afternoon. What time?
Well, around 5 p.m. And the odor
5
became
p.m.
so overwhelming that I lost my arousal and had to leave. And
you lost something in her house?
I had to pour rubbing alcohol all over my genitalia and set it on fire to kill the germs. You see. So
Okay,
I'm burned, the walls are all stained and stink of a fish hatchery.
Did security people check you before you came to her house?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
But I snuck out. They didn't check me on the way out. I snuck out because the smell followed me behind. You know, my penis still carried the rank, rotten stench of rotten fish that I got from her vagina. Oh, dear. I've been taking baths in tomato sauce, trying to get rid of the stench, like I'd been sprayed by a skunk.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yes?
So you are a lover of hers, right?
Well, no longer, not after I know how dirty her vagina is.
Uh-huh.
Right.
But how often did you have
This
sex
was
with
the
her?
first time I had met her on the line.
Oh, just
and she had
just,
offered the basket trick for a reasonable price. And now I see why.
Did you pay her?
No, I left in disgust while she was still in the basket, and she couldn't remove herself quickly enough to prevent me from leaving. But I'm not paying for being infected with whatever the hell crawled up inside of her and died.
in a basket. So how could you have a sexual relation? One person in a basket.
No,
and
let me explain.
okay.
I'm laying flat on my back, fully erect.
Uh-huh.
There's a basket hung from the ceiling with a hole cut in the bottom.
Uh-huh.
She's sitting in the basket.
Uh-huh.
We lower the basket onto my penis. And then she spins around and around, and it's supposed to produce the most amazing sensation.
Uh-huh.
And apparently it did in her, because when she had an orgasm, she started to squirt everywhere. But because she's still spinning in the basket, she's squirting what looks like sour cream and stinks like a fish hatchery all over the room, all over me, all over the basket, all over the carpet. It's hideous as a crime scene.
Uh-huh.
I left in such disgust.
So what
Dry heaving.
is a kind of watery liquid
Yes,
stuff, right?
it's like, when you let milk go bad in the refrigerator, and there's
Okay,
that
but,
viscous
from
foam on top. It was like
From
that.
from a body, or
Right.
water from a vase, or what? From a vase.
No, from her vagina, dear.
Oh, so much, huh?
Well, she was very aroused, because perhaps it was the first time she had been with an American that has a normal-sized penis. She's maybe normally used to Asians that can't really provide females pleasure.
Uh-huh. That means she enjoyed very much.
I suppose so, unless she squirts.
Yeah, and
What about
so
when
much
you fuck her?
water.
Does she squirt?
So much liquid stuff from her vagina, right?
When you fuck her, does she squirt?
No, I never.
Well, see, that's
have
because you have a
such,
teeny little Asian penis. She was unaccustomed to the oversized American penis. She's used to a little 3-incher from someone like you.
You may be right.
So you are 3
And
inches.
what's your name, sir?
My name is Ed Rosenthal, right here in Houston, Texas.
You are a Houstonian?
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm a transplant from overseas.
Oh,
I'm originally from Oxfordshire.
Oxford.
Oxfordshire, in the UK, dear.
Okay, I don't know.
But listen, that's neither here nor there.
Uh-huh.
My problem is, I need someone to pay for my medical bills, because they told me that I have crotch rot, syphilis, and a whole host of other problems. Crabs,
Oh.
the
You
clap,
think you got
chlamydia.
you got syphilis from her?
Right.
Oh.
That's what the doctors say.
Uh-huh.
So I'm
What
going
a
to take
pity.
her to court.
What a pity. That's very unlucky.
Hu Yan, you're a very good sport.
Okay.
But trust me, don't have sex with Wendy. Because
Okay, I never.
when you fuck her, she squirts that foam that looks like cottage cheese.
Uh-huh.
It oozes out like pus.
Terrible.
Yes, I know.
You just unlucky. Very unlucky.
Yes, I'm very unlucky.
But now we are in America, and this country provide their own sort of fascinating medication, so you'd be okay. Just a little while, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I wish you'd be.
I'm going to let you go, because I can tell otherwise you'd be on all night.
Okay.
Have a good night. 12 minutes is long enough. It was stupid. This guy will take any message. How the hell is this call still going? How the hell did that last 12 minutes? It's very rare that I actually bail on a call. I usually wait until they bail on me. That one, 12 minutes in, I had to bail because it was going to go on forever if I didn't. And I'm back. And And it's getting late, so I'm going to have to skip the rest of the United States calls here. Lonesome Loser, if you're listening, I left off with Wendy and Huyen Duong. Everything after that I'm not going to be able to get to tonight, and I hate not getting to calls because you went through all the trouble to confirm them. But we need to get over to the UK so that we can get those out of the way and bail out, right? I'm supposed to be off the air in 20 minutes, and it looks like I'm going to be running away late. Tonight we have numbers for all females in the UK because I'm supposed to do last week's premise, except this week I'm from... what was it? The National Homosexual Society. And they're on the national list of lesbians. Let me know which are polite and which are not. Like, lesbian is kind of a polite word, but if you say dyke, that's like saying, like, faggot or nigger. You know what I mean. So the first person on my list is Judith.
What?
Hello, Judy. How are you doing there?
Pardon?
Judy, is this Judith Rogers?
Who the fucking hell is this at this time in the morning?
My name, I'm sorry for calling so early. This is Max Velocity, calling from the National Society of Lesbians.
Do me a favour, whoever you are, and piss off, okay?
Well, how would that be doing you a favour?
Because you've just woke me up.
Well, I wouldn't call if it wasn't so
Right,
important.
whoa, goodbye. Piss off. Don't ring again.
I wouldn't call if it wasn't so important.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I did, but I'm trying to explain. And she's already gone. Oh, that'll make for some great clips in the future. Somebody remind me to come back to Judy before I end the program. Let's give her like 20 minutes to stew a bit and maybe fall back to sleep and then wake her ass up again. The next is Elizabeth. Let's call up her.
Hello.
Hello, is that Elizabeth then?
It is. Yes.
Elizabeth, I'm sorry to call you so early. This is Max Velocity, calling from the National Society of Lesbians. How are you doing tonight, dear? Okay, let's try her back one time. I'm sorry, Elizabeth, we seem to have gotten disconnected. I'm sorry about that. This is Max Velocity.
My father is dying in hospital.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I also have an important issue. Okay, let's show some mercy. We'll leave her alone. Her father's dying in hospital and we're waking her up, so let's show her some mercy and let her go. Next person on the list is Elizabeth, or as they say in England, Elizabeth. Hello, Elizabeth? Hello? Eliza, it's me, it's Max, it's very important. Shit. People in the UK are being cunty tonight. Ooh, cunty. Okay, let's try Elizabeth. I hope to get one of these to work. And they were already woken up like a half an hour ago. Hello, is that Mary then?
Yes.
Mary, how are you doing, dear? This is Max Velocity, calling from the National Society of Lesbians. How are you doing, dear?
Oh, for goodness sake. I don't know why you're ringing. Don't dare ring again.
Well, allow me to tell you. You need to do a female voice for lesbians, or just revert to National Homosexual Society. That worked better. I know it worked better. And you know I can't do a female voice except for that of Jill. Like an 87-year-old throat cancer patient, I can't do a female voice. My natural voice is just too masculine to make it sound female. Unless I do... Hola! I clean...
Hello?
Hello, is that Mary?
Yeah?
How are you doing, dear? I'm sorry.
Who's this?
I'm sorry to call you so late. This is Max Velocity.
Who?
Max Velocity from the National Society of Homosexuals. How are you doing, dear?
Homosexuals.
Hello, Mary.
Who the fuck's talking?
Hello, who am I speaking with, dear?
I'll let you fucking know in a minute.
My name is Max Velocity from the National Society of Homosexuals. And who am I speaking with, dear?
This is the Belvale Police Force.
Oh, wonderful. Is Mary there? Is Mary there?
What's all this messing about? We're maybe an important call here from a hospital.
Well, I'm not from the hospital. I'm from the National Society of Homosexuals, calling to confirm your attendance at the march tomorrow. Well, I wasn't hoping to speak to you. I was hoping to speak to Mary. Because lesbians are also welcome at the march.
I wish I could fucking get all of you now.
I'm sorry? See, your concept is not going to work because men are protectors of their women, and women are too smart to fall for my bullshittery. You don't see a whole lot of women hanging out in my chat room, do you? Because they're too fucking smart to be amused by prank calls.
Hello?
Hello, Mary.
Yes?
How are you doing, dear? This is Max Velocity from right here in Liverpool. How are you doing, dear?
It's who?
Max Velocity from the National Society of Homosexuals.
I'm sorry, the National Society of what?
Mary Connolly, I'm just calling to confirm your attendance tomorrow at the march to in show of support for the local gays and lesbians.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. It's 5:30 in the morning. It's 6 o'clock.
I'm sorry to call so early. We were very concerned about low attendance, so they put me on the line to try to encourage people to come out. And owing to the fact that you are on the list of confirmed lesbians, we were hoping for your support.
Me? I'm sorry. Do you know what? I'm 80 years of age. You've got children.
Well, that's okay. Lesbians come in all ages and sizes.
But I'm not a lesbian.
You'll find no discrimination.
I'm not a lesbian.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, dear. Perhaps you've mistakenly been placed on the list. Well, we can clear this up really quick by answering a couple of simple questions. When was the last time you've had sex with someone of the same sex?
Never.
Okay, that's good, that's good. And what kind of car do you drive?
I don't. Oh, I'm sorry, bye.
You don't drive? Because if you had said Volkswagen, that's a total lesbian vehicle. I think this is as close as I'm going to get to a successful prank call tonight. You know, Nunu, I don't even remember most of your questions from last week. Bisexuals and...
Wow.
Hello, how are you doing, dear? Is that Rachel, then?
Listen.
Wonderful. Hello, this is Max Velocity. How are you doing, dear? Hello, Rachel. I believe we got prematurely disconnected. And she's already gone. Okay, I blew that one. Okay, Teresa.
Hello?
Hello, Teresa. How you doing, dear?
Who's that?
This is Max Velocity. I'm sorry to call so early, but trust I wouldn't call so early if it wasn't so darn important.
What's it about?
I'm calling to confirm your attendance today at the march right here in Wirral.
Attendance where?
In Wirral, where you know, today is the day of the big, the Pride March for all of the lesbians of Wirral.
I didn't know anything about that.
Oh.
I'm afraid I'll not be attending.
Is this Teresa? Okay, I'm giving up on this concept because it is totally beyond not working, Nunu. Okay. I'm sorry, I tried over and over and over again, but it is not working. So I'm going to scroll back up. Don't forget to call back Judy. You wanted to do that. Okay, let's scroll back up to Judy. Let's call her. Actually, I'm going to wait. You're talking about, that was Judith Rogers, right? Yeah, that was Judith Rogers. Okay, so I'm going to stall for a little bit because we only called her like 15-20 minutes ago. And then I'm going to call her back. because I give up on the UK calls tonight because nothing is working. Owing to just a flawed premise. I already have a prank call set up that I'm going to do like later in the week when I'm off from work. Because I found out, like, at the restaurant that I work at, that they use eggs in the pizza dough. I don't make the pizza dough because that's usually made before I get there. That's something done in prep before I get there. But I found out that they use eggs in pizza dough, which I've never heard of before, and I looked around online in an effort to get the head chef to change his opinion that eggs should be used in pizza dough. I went online and I downloaded pizza dough recipes from every prominent chef in the world. Gordon Ramsay, Rachel Ray, Puck, whoever I could think of. I had like 8 different like famous chefs, and I found the recipes for pizza dough, and nobody used eggs. And I printed it out, and I just left it in the kitchen, just hoping that this douchebag would take a look at it and like see that eggs should never be used in pizza dough. So I came up with a premise for a prank call, trying to get them to stop using eggs in pizza dough. And the reason why I want them to stop using eggs in pizza dough is, number one, it leaves a really nasty aftertaste. After a couple of days, you have rotten eggs mixed in with the dough, and it's horrible. And they wonder why the business is struggling, because this idiot, I know Rachel Ray's no prominent chef, but she's famous. I can't, the guy from Restaurant Impossible, whatever his name is. Gordon Flay, or not Gordon Flay, Robert Flay, whatever the fuck is. All the people that the chef knows. Wolfgang Puck, I said Ramsay, the guy from Restaurant Impossible, whose name I can't remember, Rachel Ray, the chick who looks like my cousin with the frizzy hair from The World's Worst Cooks, and the guy from that show also. So I found out that they're using like eggs in pizza dough. I know that's a no-no. That's something that you never ever do. Maybe if you're making pasta, definitely you would use eggs, but not in pizza dough. And Carlito says Gordon gay. No, he's definitely not gay. Remember, Gordon Ramsay just ruined his marriage when he got caught cheating on his wife with one of his female head chefs. He's definitely not gay. So I'm going to call up the restaurant when I'm not working there, and I'm going to do Joe. And I'm going to Jew it up, like totally Jewy it up. And I'm going to order a pizza with chicken on it. And then I'm going to call back after I order, because I can't have it delivered because, you know, I don't live in the same town. So I can't have it delivered. So after I order, like 5 minutes later, after they've already made the pizza, I'm going to call up and ask if they use eggs in their pizza dough. And then after they say yes, well, I'm going to have to get a hold of the owner to get him to say yes. Maybe he'll lie to me. Who knows what's going to happen. But if he does admit that they use eggs in the dough, and I'm a Jewish woman, they're using eggs in the dough and I'm ordering pizza with chicken on it, that's not kosher. So, oh dear, now I need to go to temple and pray, and I'm going to sue, and I'm going to record it. And hopefully it'll like spark a fire under this guy's ass to realize you don't put eggs in fucking pizza dough. That pisses me off. Hello, Judy. It's Max Velocity again. How are you doing, dear?
I'm going to report you to the police. I hope that's quite clear, because this is the 3rd time you've woke us up now. If this is a wind-up or a crank call, I would advise you not to do it again, okay?
So you're not going to be at the march tomorrow?
Sorry?
You're not going to be at the march tomorrow?
Goodbye.
Why are you turning your back on your lesbian brethren? See, I knew it. That was exactly how it would go. That's why I didn't really want to do that call, but I did it nonetheless, because you never know. Sometimes I think like the dumbest ideas are never ever going to work. The third, well, the first was a Lonesome Loser confirming the number. The second was me, and then the third was me. So there you go. She was right. That was the 3rd time. They always accuse me of being Lonesome Loser. Carlito says, I'm pissed. I spent a while today setting up an auto-reply machine for Twitter to reply whenever anyone uses the prank calls hashtag, and it ended up suspending the Twitter account I was using. I don't even know what that means, because I don't use Twitter, because I think Twitter is gay, and I have the gay, so that means it must be really super uber gay, right? Anyway, with that, I'm going to bail, go play some Skyrim, and go to bed. Go to bed! As Ray and Peter would say, go to bed! Dirty little man. Anyway, thank you guys for listening tonight. I'll try again next week, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless I quit my job, in which case I'll be on at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I'm not really. Nunu says he sent me a new Liverpool premise, and Carlito says you have the gay. Actually, I don't know if I have the gay. How long do you not have to have sex before you're no longer considered like asexual? At this point, I am asexual because I haven't had sex in like a month. Actually, no, that's not quite true. Just haven't talked about it. Okay, I'm going to take a piss. I'll come back and I'll read Nunu's new premise and see if we can do something with it. And Nunu's new premise is, let me scroll back up. People in Liverpool hate the Sun newspaper. Maybe sell subscriptions to the Sun. How is that going to work, Nunu? But then again, that's what I always say. I always say, how the hell is that ever going to work? But somehow, it always seems to.
7769.
Hello.
Yeah, who's speaking?
My name is Max Velocity, calling from the Sun. Asking if he would like to renew his subscription.
He's never had a subscription to the Sun, and
Okay.
I don't think this is an appropriate time to be ringing anybody anyway.
Well, then we'd like to offer you a free trial.
No, thank you. We don't want it.
Right. That's exactly how I thought this was going to go.
Why? What did you...
Even for free, you don't want to read the paper?
No, thank you. I don't want to read that paper. I read a much nicer paper, thank you. Goodbye.
Can I ask you why?
Because I'm not interested in your type of paper.
I'm sorry, what do you mean by why? Our type of paper?
Oh.
Let me call her back. What's so wrong about that paper? Is that like the National Enquirer or the Weekly World News?
Hello?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Disconnected.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to speak to you at this time of the morning. I think you've got an extremely annoying thing to ring anybody at 6:30 in the morning.
I just want to know what your beef is with the paper so that we can help improve ourselves.
Look, I've told you I do not want to be connected anymore to you. Will you please call off?
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing, dear? Is this David?
Hello?
David,
Hey, Dad?
how are you
Hello?
doing, dear? I'm calling from the Sun to ask you if you would like to have a free trial subscription.
Will you fuck off? You know what time it is, you dozy bastard?
But dozy, I'm awake. Let's call him up. You dozy bastard. That'll be a great clip for the future. You dozy bastard. Dozy bastard. I like that. I'm sorry.
Hello?
We got prematurely disconnected. I'm sorry. We were offering you a free subscription.
I don't want it,
The
thank you
Sun.
very much. Ta-da.
Can I ask you why? Nobody even wants to tell me why they don't like that newspaper. What's wrong with the Sun over there? Is it like the Weekly World News? It's like the Fox News of newspapers? Actually, no. People actually like fuck, as I like to say, fuck news. fuck news. Let's just create an opinion channel and call it Fair and Balanced when it's totally biased. Going to work, either.
Hello?
Hello, Kate.
Yes, speaking.
This is Max Velocity calling from the Sun newspaper. We would like to offer you a free 2-month trial of the newspaper. Hung up. Okay, I'm not trying that premise anymore. You know, that premise was even worse than your first, Nunu. I'm sorry. I love how Nunu always, tasks me to do something that he thinks is impossible. And I usually manage to carry off the impossible. But tonight, the ideas were just so lame that they're impossible for even the best prank caller in the world. And I don't see anything else coming in. So thank you everybody for contributing stuff tonight. And stay tuned next week. Or be tuned next week, I should say. Like the old days. Be tuned next week. Where we'll be here acting stupid and retarded, as we always do. As we like to do. As we are wont to do. And until then, stay just the way you are. Just the way we like you. Stay beautiful. Even if you are a natural-born douchebag. Because so am I.
Nobody can tell you there's only one song worth singing. They may try and sell you 'cause it hangs them up.